What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another episode of 3 Minute Tuesday, where we talk uncut about a topic for 3 minutes of your choosing. Today, I posted on my Instagram at IgnitionTubeYT and asked for some topic ideas for 3 Minute Tuesday, and one of you said, let's talk about daily driving your race car versus having separate dailies and race cars. So, 3 minutes on the clock, let's get started. So, of course, before we start this, race car is a relative term in that, you know, race car is a project car that we've built for ourselves. And I've been daily driving my race car, I'll just call it my modified car, for the past 6 years or so, starting with the GTI and moving into the S4. Now, some benefits of driving your modified car are that, one, if you do modifications, you get to experience them every single day. The benefit of that, of course, is that, you know, when you do those things like make your car faster, make it shift better, make the performance better, make the handling better, you're not going from a car that doesn't have any of those mods to a car that does. You're simply driving and experiencing those mods 24/7. The downside to that is that, of course, as you guys know, some of our modifications that we do aren't exactly the most friendly modifications to the car being a daily driver, in that sometimes we make our cars a little bit low, or we make them really loud, as my car is. But I think there are trade-offs and things that have benefits on both sides. I really enjoy daily driving my race car because I haven't made it not functional as a daily, if that makes sense. Especially with this car, with the all-wheel drive, and with the supercharged motor, and the fact that it's a V6, I still get good gas mileage. The car still rides really well. All-wheel drive and snow tires get me through snow like nobody's business, and it really just does make sense as a daily driver. Now, it just so happens the car also has upgraded supercharger pulleys, test pipes, etc., and makes like, I don't know, 500 plus, hopefully, at the crank. But this car, day to day, is just as friendly as the stock form was, minus the extra exhaust noise. Suspension rides really well. I haven't compromised the ride of the car just for the looks, and for that reason I can daily drive this race car. The same thing was true of my GTI, just a little bit extra power, a little bit better handling, a little bit better brakes, and overall just makes the car super enjoyable on a day-to-day basis. You know, you can go from cruising on the highway at 80 miles an hour to ripping up an on-ramp or hitting some back roads, really without having to change anything on the car. Now, where it kind of gets into the, I got 20 seconds left. How does this thing go by so fast? Where it kind of gets into the gray area is when you get those high horsepower rear-wheel drive cars that need like a drag radial or an R-comp tire to really hook up on the street. And I think that becomes much less dailyable because you really can't drive that car in the rain, you can't drive that car in the snow, you can't, darn it, I'm out of time, but you can't do anything related to kind of everyday driving. You need to wait for that perfect day where the temperature's warm, so the tire's warm, the roads are warm, and there's no kind of wetness, the roads are all dry, in order to take that car out and to use it to its full potential. Even if you're on a drag radial, you're not even going to be able to drive that car in the rain. So I think there are upsides and downsides. My modifications to my cars definitely haven't been extensive enough to not make them a daily driver, but if you get to the point like Powen did with his E36, where there's no heat and no AC in that car, obviously it doesn't make sense to drive every day, and it's much more something that you should be taking out on the weekends or just for special occasions. So, if you guys have thoughts on this, I would be very interested to hear them. Do you have 2 cars or just 1? I am passing through a construction zone and the police officer is eyeing me because I'm staring at the camera, but oh well. If you have 2 cars instead of just 1, let me know in the comments why you have 2 cars. And if you have 1 car as a daily race car, let me know in the comments as well. But, you know, the fact of the matter is life is too short to drive boring cars. So, I would rather be behind the wheel of this and deal with the exhaust drone every day than be driving a Toyota Corolla 5 days a week and not be having fun at all driving. Those are kind of my thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you guys for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I will catch you guys in the next video.